To the war in Ukraine now, where it's claimed Russian forces may have started deploying units threatening to shoot their own retreating soldiers. This according to intelligence from the UK's Ministry of Defence, which suggests these units are described as barrier troops or blocking units, and the report says that such plans would show the low quality, low morale and indiscipline of Russian forces. Officials in Kherson, meanwhile, say Moscow is likely to pull its troops from the west bank of the Dnipro River. Civilians are being urged to leave the region. Western analysts fear, though, that it could be a trap for advancing Ukrainian troops. The Pentagon says Ukrainian forces can retake Kherson from Russia. Kherson is the only major city that Russia fully captured since its invasion in February. It also includes one side of a dam across the Dnipro River, which controls the water supply for irrigating Crimea. These are images from Kharkiv region, where the Ukrainian army can be seen firing the BM-21 Grad multiple rocket launcher towards Russian positions.
We are moving and pushing the enemy from our territories. That is the direct proof that we have coordination, skills. We have been fighting for 8 years.
Meanwhile, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says more than 4 million Ukrainians are without power due to Russian attacks on energy infrastructure.
Роз'яснюйте людям, коли і чому. Зараз важливо, щоб зберігалась наша здатність до спільних дій.
It is important now to maintain our ability to act together. So today I want to draw attention to two things. The first is the attention of local authorities. Please ensure that there is no unnecessary use of electricity in all cities and communities of Ukraine. Now is definitely not the time for bright showcases, signboards, advertisements and other such lighting.
Реклам та іншого подібного освітлення.
German Chancellor Olaf Scholz has met with the Chinese President Xi Jinping, becoming the first G7 leader to visit China since the start of the COVID pandemic. Olaf Scholz urged the Chinese president to use Beijing's influence on Moscow to stop the war in Ukraine. Scholz also called on Russian President Vladimir Putin to prolong a deal allowing the passage of grain shipments from Ukraine to avert a hunger crisis. Chinese President Xi Jinping spoke of the need for greater cooperation between China and Germany.
In that respect, it's good that we will have a very intensive exchange on all issues we want to and can discuss in regard to our bilateral relations, the possibilities to further intensify economic cooperation, as well as, of course, the issues where we pursue different perspectives. That's the goal of a good exchange, and I'm delighted that this is a possibility together here today.
The trip comes as voices within Scholz's ruling coalition call for a rethink of Germany's China policy. Beijing has been Berlin's biggest trading partner for the last 6 years. But in a bid to address geopolitical tensions, the current three-party coalition government has announced its intention to reduce its economic dependence and strengthen relations with democratic states in Asia. According to a recent survey, 1 in 2 Germans hope that Germany's economy can be more independent from China.